So I'm here today at this place called Mirador Sal Si Puedes, which is about 40 minutes south of Rosarito Beach, Baja California, Mexico. We're talking about maybe an hour and 40 minutes or so south of the US-Mexico border. I decided to take today off, Saturday, February 15th, 2025. This is a Valentine's Day weekend. I decided to take this day off from the busy tax season that I've had. Just look at the views. Very, very nice weather today. It was raining the last couple days. If you hear my voice that's kind of raspy, that's because during midweek I actually was losing my voice from all the appointments that I've done this past week. Every single day, usually my day starts off, my first appointments start off somewhere around 7:30 in the morning, and I have a very small break throughout the day for lunch. And pretty much my days end probably around 8 or 9 p.m. Plus, you have to remember that us as accountants, we also have to worry about all the people who call us, email us. I have a lot of people that actually they email me all their documents, or I have a private secure Dropbox where people upload documents. So all those people, I don't actually physically meet them face to face. Everything is done electronically, since I do have clients that I deal with all over the world and all over the United States. So a lot of these people, it's all remote work, and we end up finishing all their work through DocuSign. So during March, sometimes I'll get appointments that are running until close to 10 p.m. But for the most part, I try to take Sundays off. It's very difficult sometimes. A lot of people do request Sundays. Tomorrow, Sunday, I do have several appointments, but today, Saturday, decided to take it off just to be able to relax my mind. Also, I can get a video up for you guys at least once a week, I would say, during this time. If I can get 2 videos out a week, great. But I will try to at least get 1 a week out for you guys, for my audience. I know I have a lot of people there that are, they're worried about whether or not I'll continue doing videos for YouTube, but I'm not a quitter. I'm not a quitter. I enjoy what I do. I think YouTube is a real great platform to be able to get your opinions across, your voice across, and your knowledge. You know, I have a lot of knowledge, and so I want to be able to share that with my audience. That's the reason why I started this channel. And I think JB has been a real great influence. He has a lot of opinions. He has a lot of things to talk about. But I will continue to shoot videos. And after tax season, I will continue on my grind. You know, if I can shoot, if I can get you guys video every day or every other day, I will continue to do so. Like I said on my earlier video, if you've been following my older videos, this is a passion of mine. I really enjoy it. It's actually very rewarding to see people out there enjoy the content that I put out. And it's just another platform to be able to share your knowledge to people. There's a lot of people right now that need help, and it's not just with taxes. A lot of my clients also ask for advice. They ask for advice on their life, you know, whether or not they're running into a lot of credit card debt, or possibly they have issues with other types of finances, whether or not they want to buy a new vehicle. Some of these people are trapped in mortgages that are probably very too expensive for them, or maybe they just ask advice about whether or not they need to take money out of their retirement account. Because I do have clients, sometimes they have so much money that they don't even know what to do with it. So you have the two ends of the spectrum right now. You have people that are just riddled with debt everywhere. They have so much debt that they actually will go out and take out payday loans to continue to finance their lifestyle. I've had clients come to me this past week asking me if it was a good idea to start, taking out these high interest loans to be able to keep affording their mortgage or their trucks or their vans or any other type of vehicle that they drive. And I've had people that actually do that. They get into these high interest loans. I've seen clients that have gotten into these loans that charge ridiculous amounts of interest, and they're out there paying every other week $500, $1,000, to these loans, and just to be able to finance their lifestyle. Maybe they have a couple vehicles, and maybe they got a couple family members that are actually dependent on them, and so they want to keep affording it. So what do? They run into these high interest loans, where I think some of them, I think the name I've seen is like On Deck Capital. I think there was one called Wise, and then there's been some other ones out there that have really screwed consumers over. And so it just gets very, very difficult, I feel, for some people to continue in that path. This is not going to end well. Eventually, a lot of these people, they're going to end up having to file for bankruptcy, because it's just getting very difficult for the average American right now to continue with these high prices. I mean, most of the people that I talk to right now this past week, they've scaled down their eating out, right? So for instance, you would go eat breakfast, and for the most part you'd spend what, maybe $10 for a breakfast plate, plus if you got a drink, maybe at the most you'd be out $15 for breakfast somewhere, a sit down restaurant. But lately, most people that I talk to, they say that they're spending $25 per person minimum. So you got a couple that's going out there to eat breakfast, they're spending minimum $50, and that's if they don't get some sort of mimosa or an alcoholic drink. Maybe that could set them back $60, $75 just for a breakfast. On top of that, right now we got prices on eggs that are just out of control in the United States. So that means that these restaurants are going to have a harder time convincing people to spend these prices on these breakfasts. So that's actually going to be very, very difficult going forward this year. I think there's going to be a lot of breakfast spots that are going to have a harder time to keep their employees satisfied with the tips, because you have to remember too that all this is going to go around the circles. So when you have people that can no longer get those same tips that they're used to, that's actually going to mess them up as well. Not only are we going to have less people getting tip income, but we're also going to have just less money overall going back into the economy. So yeah, that's one of the things that I've seen. Like I said, a lot of people, they're just getting frustrated. But then you also have the other end of the spectrum, which I had someone come to me the other day to the office, and she actually, I haven't seen her in about 15 years. Her husband had passed away, and she had someone else prepare her taxes for about 15 years. She ran into my office. She came in. I went ahead and got her as a client again, and she was telling me she had so much money that she didn't know what to do with it. So just pause for a second. There's people out there that have so much money they don't even know what to do with it. Everybody around them is just money hungry. You have this client of mine that she was just giving money out to schools. She was giving out money to institutions. She was giving out money to charities. She was giving out money to family members. And we're not talking about $500. We're talking about $5,000 payments. $5,000 payment to the grandson. $5,000 payment to this school. $5,000 payment to this charity. And she says, I don't know what to do with this money. She says, my nephew's telling me to spend it. I don't know what to do with it. So can you imagine that there's that type of people? There's people like that right now in this economy. Just like you see people right now in this economy that are hurting and are taking out payday loans to be able to keep affording their lifestyle. There's people out there that have that situation going on. Isn't that incredible? But yeah, like I said, this past week has just been insane. Just every single day is just a grind. And I have a lot of clients out there that I do a lot of their work remotely as well. So it's not just the physical appointments that I deal with on a daily basis. It's all the people that email me, text me, call me. I have to make sure that I can go ahead and accommodate all those appointments throughout the day, throughout the week, and throughout tax season. And just because tax season ends doesn't mean that my work ends. But like I said, I'm going to have some more free time afterwards to be able to get some more content out to you guys. I think 2025 is going to be a real good year for a lot of different topics. I have a lot of clients that actually, when they come to me, we actually do talk about politics and religion. I know that a lot of people out there say, "Oh, you want to stay away from that subject." But the thing is you have to remember too that if you have a good outlook on life and you are not the type of person that gets mad when you hear other people's opinions, you can actually have very good conversations with people about politics and religion. I have clients that every single year they come in, we talk about those subjects, and maybe I don't agree with everything they say, and maybe they don't agree with everything I say, but I think both of us have a mutual understanding that we can still have a good conversation about the current president or the current administration or certain religious topics and shake hands, do business, and see each other next year. So yeah, I mean it's not for everybody, but I do have a lot of people that lean to the right. I do have a lot of people that lean to the left, and I have a lot of clients that don't vote. I've had several clients tell me, "Hey, you know what? I voted for Trump the first term. I did not vote for him this time." There's people that tell me I didn't vote for him then, but you know what? Now I did vote for him. And what I've noticed too is a lot of the younger people, they're very, very right now. They actually, a lot of them have voted for Trump. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that social media, there was a lot of social media push uh, showing what Trump can do. So, I mean, that's the thing that, he's just every single day he's out there and he's just signing executive orders and getting stuff done. So, I think it's very important for people to see that. And also, I don't think people should be upset when they hear about this Doge going in and uncovering wasteful spending. Because at the end of the day, we're all taxpayers and our money should be put to good use. I mean, maybe it's not a lot. Maybe it's a drop in the bucket that they're finding. Maybe they're finding 1 billion here, 1 billion there, a couple million here, but it all adds up. So I think now that they have people that are treating the United States government like a corporation, I think there's a very good chance that here in the US, we're going to see large changes. And also, um, I think it's important that these tax cuts continue in place. So I really hope that this administration extends the tax cuts for my clients because a lot of people have been very heavily favored because of these tax cuts. You have to remember that I have a lot of clients that are corporate clients, and so they're out there paying 21%. They don't want to go back pay more. You used to have the old corporate tax rate very, very, very high. And I have a lot of clients that are self-employed. They have businesses where they get the QBI deduction. So that's a big help for a lot of small businesses as well. And the tax rate right now being at what, 10, 12%. I mean, a lot of my clients are in that tax bracket as well. So I don't think they would like to see the standard deduction get cut in half or their tax rate of 12% go back to 15%. Because these Trump tax cuts were originally temporary and they will expire this year if this doesn't get extended. So I think it's very important for them to be able to extend that. And I know some of you may not agree on no tax on tips, but at the end of the day, these are very hard workers. A lot of people aren't even paying taxes on tips anyway, so I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference. Maybe in some sectors of the economy it will. And when it comes to the Social Security tax, Social Security being taxed, there's a lot of people that don't pay tax on Social Security, and the ones who do, it's just going to bring more money back into the economy. Now, another thing I do want to touch here too is the fact that a lot of companies are asking people to go back to work without having to work remotely, go back to work in the physical office locations. But I think all this is being done because a lot of businesses are realizing that all these people that are working at home now, they are not contributing to the economy they were before, right? So when you actually do go to work physically, you tend to spend more money because you have to put money in your car. So you have to visit those gas stations, unless you're driving an electric vehicle, but even then, you still have to commute, which means there's more of a chance of you actually going to different spots like restaurants, grocery stores, convenience stores, and other spots where your hard-earned dollar will be spent. So all of this is going to be contributing to the economy. When people stay at home, there's a chance that their productivity might be lower as well, because it's very hard for employers to keep track on their employees when they're at home all day. Maybe they're taking bubble baths. I don't know. That's what they're saying, right? So yeah, I really do think that going back to work physically would probably be better for most companies. I think there's very few exceptions where working from home is actually more beneficial. I personally would prefer for my employee to be at a physical office location, because you never know. There's still a lot of people out there that appreciate someone at a physical location that they can go visit if they need to. But anyways, guys, I want to leave this video here. I'm going to go ahead and continue, take my day here and enjoy it, because tomorrow, Sunday, I do have several appointments. So it's going to be a pretty rough week. Again, I will continue to try to provide you guys at least one video a week. If I can do two, even better, until this tax season dies down. But in the meantime, please continue to watch the videos that I currently have on my channel. And I'll go ahead and I'll see you guys next time. You guys be good. Take care.
Here.